What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be bringing you guys my official ranking of every single weapon in World at War Zombies. Now, this is not going to include the wonder weapons. I am sorry to the wonder weapon fans. This is just going to be base bullet weapons. I've made this list based on a couple of factors: damage, the ammo the weapon has, and the practicality of how easy it is to use, how much you would actually use this weapon, and so on and so forth. So using all these weapons, I took the time, I did it, I used them all, I did all the math. I've had a spreadsheet up on Google Sheets. I've been seriously finding out the best weapons. And in 2024, I am here to show you guys the official best and most accurate list. Just kidding. But with all that being said, let's get right into it. We're gonna start with the worst weapon in World at War Zombies, and we're gonna make our way up to the top. Number 21 is gonna be the Springfield. That weapon is awful. Everyone knows it. I don't have to really explain it. The damage is bad. The accuracy is bad. The ammo, not good. It's not very practical. No one's gonna run around with that. It's just buns. 20, the Panzerschreck rocket launcher. There's not a whole lot I can say. Doesn't have much ammo. The explosive is really wacky in this game. It's a bit janky. I don't think, again, very practical. The damage is fine. You can take out hordes, I guess, but it's a really slow weapon. It doesn't have a lot of shots in it. Even if it was amazing, it doesn't hold much ammo at all. So it's way down there. You're not using it. 19, the M1911. Now, I know some of you are surprised this isn't last. It's the starting pistol. However, when it comes to the Springfield and the Panzerschreck, I feel like the M19 is just a better option. It has, average ammo, and the damage isn't great, but I would still rather use that on round 5 than the Springfield or the Panzerschreck. Maybe you don't feel the same way, but I'm sorry. The Kar98K and the scoped Kar98K. Now, this is a very viable starting weapon. Anything after that, I'm gonna say no. You don't really want to run into anything with a scope, so when it comes to a sniper, you're not using it. And if you are using a sniper, you're not gonna use this one. Take the scope off, and the Kar98K is still not that great. Damage-wise, very, very mediocre. And the ammo is not that good. With how fast some of the sprinters are in this game and how wild the zombies seem to be when you're playing against them, a slow weapon like that just isn't going to do you much good outside of the very beginning. Also, I will not be ranking these weapons when they are pack-a-punched. These are simply straight up out of the box, off the wall, whatever the case may be. They're not going to be upgraded, and this is with no double tap. This is just me picking up the weapon and using it. Also, on another note, sorry, a lot of these weapons are pretty interchangeable. A lot of them are actually really statistically similar in overall damage and ammo, but sometimes weapons feel better than the others. Now, in this particular list, I'm going based off what I felt when I played them. Some of these weapons will have the same statistical amount of damage, technically, okay? But I'm telling you, some of these are better than the others. The double barrel and the sawed-off shotgun, I'm gonna go ahead and combine them into one because the sawed-off is just a little version of the double barrel, and it's bad. The damage is fine, but since it's a double barrel, you only have 2 shots, and then you get this horribly slow reload. You can't really kill many zombies at once. You can't take out really many hordes or anything like that. It's bang, bang, and then let me do this horrible reload. It can't really save you a lot of things. You're just not using it, okay? The damage is fine, but you're just not using it. 15, the M1A1 carbine. Now, this weapon has very normal, very good amount of ammo, about 120, 15 in the magazine. And when it comes to early game weapons, this one isn't that great. It's like a step above the Kar98K. I feel like the damage fall off happens a lot quicker than the other ones. Once you get into the upper single digits, lower teen rounds, maybe not even that, just upper single digits, it becomes pretty hard to use. The Gewehr is kind of your run-of-the-mill starting semi-auto assault rifle, those sorts. A lot like the M1A1 carbine, a lot like the M1 Garand, maybe a little bit worse, but it's not bad. It's not great. Early game, I'm gonna say it's very, very usable early game, but that's about it. The trench gun, when it comes to shotguns, this one is not that bad. It's not that bad. It has the average shotgun ammo, 60 in the magazine, or 6 in the magazine, 60 in reserve, and the damage is pretty good. It's pretty solid. It's like the double barrel, but more in the magazine, more ammo. It's like the double barrel shotgun. It does a little bit less damage, but when it comes to actually wanting to use it, it feels a little more mobile. It has a couple more shots in the magazine, so you can take out trains and multiple zombies better, and The reload, I feel, is just whatever. When it comes to the double barrel, I just feel like it's really slow. I'm not sure what it is, but I just can't get myself to enjoy it. But the trench gun, not a bad little shotgun. The M1 Garand. Now, the M1 Garand really isn't too bad. The ammo is not horrible, 128 reserve, 8 in the mag, and the damage is, like most, pretty run-of-the-mill, pretty average. You can use it early game, and you can even use it kind of middle late rounds, I guess, into the low teens. All in all, not a horrible weapon. The 357 Magnum is surprisingly a really, really solid handgun. It is a one-shot, body shot and headshot up until round 11 or 12, I don't exactly remember. The ammo seems relatively low, but really it's not all that bad, and it can last you a good while. When the weapon becomes a two-shot, finally, it kind of falls off a little bit. You really don't want to use it anymore. But up until that point, it's not bad. And even the headshot damage, it's a one-shot headshot for a while. So I really do like it. The PTRS-41 is a sleeper pick. The weapon is surprisingly good up until it is a two-shot. Then it kind of falls off. But up until that point, man, it is good. If you are camping with it in a good spot, it can go through 2, 3, and sometimes even 4 zombies. If you have speed cola, the reload is nice. But if you're doing no perks, the reload can be killer. And the mobility is super slow. But with how much damage this weapon does, I just feel like I can't possibly leave it off this high spot of the list. The Type 100 is overall, compared to the other SMGs, not that great. I feel like the ammo runs out really quick, and I feel like it is a tad bit weaker. Damage statistically, it is pretty run-of-the-mill. However, using it compared to the other ones, I just don't see it being as good. The STG. Now, the STG is a classic. A lot of people know and love the STG. However, when it comes to SMGs, I feel like it is just a step above the Type 100. It has about 180 in reserve, 30 in the magazine. And statistically, when you compare this gun to something like the MP40, it technically should be stronger, but I am here to tell you it is not. I am sorry, maybe my source is incorrect, but when I use the STG and compare it to the MP40 or even the BAR, I just feel like it is really, really weak, and I'm not too sure why that is. I love the gun. I like the design personally. But other than that, it's just not great. Very, very average weapon, in my opinion. The BAR, the BAR, man, it is a very cool weapon. Really, it is personally one of my favorites. However, I feel like it is a little weak at times. The ammo, 140 in reserve, 20 in the clip. The damage is pretty on par with a lot of the other machine guns in the game. It's nothing spectacular. It's nothing out of this world. It's nothing crazy. I think it is on the weaker end, and I feel like a lot of people would disagree, but based off the games that I have played, I just see the other ones being a little bit better. I don't have many complaints with this other than it's not that great, really, but that's not just saying that for the BAR. A lot of the weapons in the game just don't feel that good in World at War. The FG42, now, same thing with the MP40. It has 192 reserve, 32 in the clip, so a little bit, no, it is the same. The damage, again, statistically, it is all around the same as a lot of the other ones. The damage is almost identical. However, it just, again, has that it feels stronger when you use it factor. Now, up here, this high in the list, practicality doesn't really matter because these weapons are just the better weapons in the game, so you're going to use them regardless. But the FG42 is really good. I'd say it's pretty interchangeable with the MP40. Now, the MP40 is actually pretty good. The ammo, 192 in reserve, 32 in the clip. The damage, again, statistically is right around the same as all the other ones. Body and headshot damage is right around where all the other ones are. But I'm telling you now, whenever you use the MP40 in-game, it is visibly better than these other weapons. It really is. And you can probably see that in some of the gameplay that I'm showing. Looking back on some of the other ones I've already ranked, so on and so forth, it just kills faster. Now, I'm not sure if that is a rate of fire kind of thing or not, but it just feels better than these weapons. Thompson off the wall. The Thompson is one of my personal favorites. I absolutely love the Thompson. Okay, I love it. It is a wall weapon, so it is really nice. You can always get ammo for it. Surprisingly, it has a pretty good reserve of 220 in the clip. Now, the statistical damage it does is a little bit higher than some of the others. Now, does that really matter a whole lot? No, but when you use this weapon, it feels pretty good. It feels really solid. I feel like It takes out hordes pretty quick. It's got very mobile, very good damage, especially headshot damage. I feel like it is very nice. And again, off the wall, you can always run back and get some. It's a pretty solid weapon, and it's OG, man. Everyone loves the Thompson. You can't not like it. The MG42, big magazine, big ammo, big damage, and big weapon, so you're a little bit slow. But if you're camping with it, you're gonna do good. You're gonna do really good, especially with something like Speed Cola to pair with it. You're gonna do good with either the Browning or the MG42. You could probably flip-flop those in whatever way you want, but this is how I got mine. But yeah, it's pretty solid. Browning M1919. Now the Browning is high on ammo, just about as high as it gets, and the damage output is again just about as high as it gets when it comes to all the other weapons. Super solid, big magazine, good damage, so you can use it for a while, and really, it's one of the best options in the game. Not a whole lot to say about it. It is a little bit heavy, you are a little bit slow, but I feel like that's fine with how much damage it does. Definitely one of the weapons you want to use. PPSH-41. Now the PPSH is iconic. And on top of that, the PPSH has a lot of ammo, a big clip, pretty average damage, but with the fire rate on top of the mobility, it's very good. I mean, it's very good. It's the PPSH, man. You can't go wrong with the PPSH. It's so fun to use. It's a super cool weapon, and I just like it a lot, and I think a lot of people do. I think you could almost make a case that the MG or the Browning might technically be better, but I'm gonna say the PPSH is still better in my opinion. But they're all very good. The PPSH just takes the cake for me. Now coming in number 1 to no one's surprise is the M2 Flamethrower. It does infinite damage and it has infinite ammo. I mean, what more do you want? If you're gonna do high rounds or go to around 1,000, 100, 550, you're gonna use the Flamethrower. That's basically the only strat for real high rounds is just Flamethrower, and it's good. I mean, it's good. It takes a little bit of, you know, finesse to use, finagle, but I mean, it's good. It is really good, and I don't really have much else to say about it. With all that being said, that is going to be the end of the video. That is my list, the official best weapons in the game. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys have anything else you want me to rank, talk about, let me know down below, and let me know what your favorite weapon is in the comments.